Today's guest is professional actress, won't say who, but stay tuned, you'd be very surprised. First thing I want to say for the KeithAndrewNetWork, what is the KeithAndrewNetWork? The whole point of my talk show is to show people that even with having a learning disability, I can still amount to something. And at the same time, I'm able to turn myself into an example for people out there dealing with any types of learning disabilities and disabilities, that never give up and prove people wrong. Prove to them that labels do not dictate who you are and who you want to be. To prove to them, it can stand out to something. So hashtag break the labels. So that being said, following's brought to you by Anime Adventures. If you're into anime, definitely check out Anime Adventures. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to jump right into it.
Kishawi. I am a voiceover artist, and I am being interviewed by Keith Andrew, whom was a very wonderful pleasure to be interviewed by. Wonderful host, excellent job. This was such a fun interview, and I definitely support the Keith Andrew Network, and I hope you do too.
So the very first question I want to ask you is tell our audience a little bit about your background and how you came to do what you do now.
Okay, well, it all started when I was born. I'm just kidding. I was a child with a huge imagination, as most kids are, and I never really grew out of it. I kind of leaped into every adventure that I could, playing in mud, climbing trees, just doing all crazy kid stuff that got me into a lot of trouble. But when I got old enough to work, I knew exactly what I wanted to do. I was working at Disneyland from the age of 17. I was a senior in high school, graduating senior. And so I had to audition for, I actually started with Disney as a photographer with Kodak. It used to be Kodak way long ago. And then I fell in love with the entertainment department. And so when I was of age, I auditioned and I got accepted and played roles that I only dreamed of. And it was really just something that took me on an adventure that I will never forget and I will cherish forever. So after about 7 years of working for Disney and just living up the dream, I was simultaneously going to college while working there to teach. And I got into teaching prematurely. I worked with some interesting schools, and honestly, I found that I really missed entertainment so much. So I bounced out of that and got involved in all these different jobs just to keep me busy and going until I realized that I can possibly do this again. But at that time I was pregnant and expecting my first baby, so I was feeling very limited. But I still needed that outlet. I always liked working. I worked from a young age, and I just needed that for myself. And there weren't very many opportunities that you can do from home, and not very many jobs that you can do from home that gave me the outlet that I personally needed, because I have a lot of crazy inside of me and it needs to come out. When it doesn't, it's like a internal struggle that I hate dealing with. So I had some experience on Fiverr because I had opened up a digital marketing company, and that was no fun. So, but while I was on that journey, I explored Fiverr, which is a freelance website with all kinds of jobs and people doing all kinds of things. Like, really, there's an unlimited list of jobs and freelance gigs that people put up there, and they make a lot of money. And it could be from drawing art, creating websites, doing digital marketing, or being a creative in an entertainment space. And I came across voiceovers over and over and over again, and I never really considered it. I never really thought of it. But one day I was just like, let me check this out. And I started going through this rabbit hole of demo reels and just listening to all these different demos from all these different Fiverr voiceover artists. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is exciting. sitting there is doing voices, and that's so cool, and I love that. So I made a choice. I made a choice right then and there that I was going to give it a shot, because it was my way to do entertainment from home as a mom. And so I took it very seriously. My brother-in-law had a recording studio, and so he helped me create this demo, which was just so fun to do all on its own. And then I put myself out there on Fiverr, and it took some while to get practice and to get some clientele. I did everything for $5, on Fiverr. It's called Fiverr because most gigs start off at, oh my gosh, I didn't practice my tongue twisters today, so I'm all caught up in my own words.
I have that effect on people.
Yes, you do, Keith. So as soon as I got that out there and I started practicing and I committed myself to it, I started gaining this momentum, and it was really a really awesome feeling to be able to just deliver, even for dirt cheap, these projects that I really enjoyed learning about. And I didn't know much about audio editing, but I was so committed and determined that I taught myself on YouTube, and I was just starting to follow all these different coaches and all these different artists and all these different actors. And I got more and more excited the more I got into it. So that's when I really knew, like, this is definitely something that I need to get serious about and commit to. And once I did, the rest was history. And I'm really happy I'm in this industry. I've met some incredible people, and I continue to. Collaborations are everything. And I just love working with new people, new faces, and every which industry. And it's just been such a thrill. It's just been such a joy. I feel very fulfilled doing this work. So ultimately, it's been very rewarding in that way as well. I love
absolutely.
it.
And I feel the same way. I'm showing people with a learning disability, hey, look at what I'm able to accomplish.
Yes.
And, make a long story short, it's not to toot my own horn or anything. Of course, I haven't on that. But I'm going to pass that over to you. When you first got into the entertainment world, were your family supportive? Did you meet people that you're like, oh, they're really nice? And by the way, this is not an act. This is who I really am. I am a good person. I do stupid things. But
Don't we all?
Question, of course. But the question I want to ask is, were your family supportive of you, number one? And did you meet people that, oh, hey, this sounds like a really nice person? And I'm like, I really wish I didn't meet this person.
What was the last part?
Oh, did you meet people that you regret meeting?
Oh, no. Even the interactions that I have that aren't positive for that end negatively, those are learning experiences for me. I get to know a little bit about the person I'm interacting with, and then I get to learn a little bit about myself and how I let them affect me, because I've learned a lot over the years about how to control that part of me, because I can't control the way that people react, but I can control how I react and whether or not I allow their words to affect me or impact me in a negative way. And I used to allow everything to negatively affect me in a negative way. So I learned and trained myself to just simply be more aware of that and to not allow that, because it's really my choice at the end of the day whether I do or not. And yeah, I can continue to meet people who are in a bad mood or have a bad day, but I choose to have the best day for me, and to not allow other people to ruin that for me is my power. You know what I mean? It's not giving my day to anybody. People have bad days, and I do too. And some people can catch me in a bad day, and I would hate for them to think that that's who I am, because bad days don't define you. And I have to give that opportunity to everybody that I meet as well. I try my very, very best to not allow a negative interaction to make me think a certain way about somebody. I give everyone as many excuses as possible, because we all have bad days. We have good days where we shine and we make people smile, and then we have bad days where we might interact with someone and show our very, very dark side. And we're human, and that's what happens. So to give other people the benefit of the doubt and not to jump to conclusions about them being a certain way just because of the moment that I've seen them is how I like to move forward with my life. Because at the end of the day, it's not going to affect me so bad. I won't think about it over and over. What did this person mean or say, or, take it personally. That's definitely something I had to grow out of over time and learn, because with entertainment, you're dealing with a lot of rejection pretty often. It's a regular part of our job. Not every gig is going to be for you, and you have to be okay with that. And you have to truly turn that off and turn that page immediately when you don't get an opportunity, or immediately when someone tells you you're not right for this job. But it's not because of you, really. It's because they're looking for a very particular thing, and you just don't fit that thing, and that's okay. It's okay. It's not about you. So I've really had to train myself through this industry, and I've learned so much from so many amazing coaches and so many other artists who share this experience where rejection cannot let you down. Someone's negative comments should never let you down. It should be an opportunity for you to say, hey, okay, I'll give you a moment to say what you need to, and I'll not take it personally and go about the rest of my day. Because it's just, you would lose out on so much good if you really do focus on those moments. And so giving people the benefit of the doubt is just my motto. Like, I have bad days, and there are moments where I interact with someone and I could be like coming across rude and I don't even know it because I'm just in a mood, and then I think back, oh no, what did they think of me? And thinking that over and over, you shouldn't, because everybody has those moments. You're gonna get caught into them, but every day is a new day, so you can change it up and make it better and look forward and keep looking forward and give everyone a benefit of the doubt. We're all human. We make mistakes. What are you gonna do?
That's true. So the next two questions, so we're going to go back to the icebreaker ones. Let's see, looking for a good one. What are you, a study nerd, a party animal? What did you major in? And also, actually, let's do those first two. Did you do any sports, and what did you major in?
Okay, so I majored in child and adolescent development because I wanted to be a teacher, and I loved being an intern as a teacher, an intern teacher. When I dove into it, I started my career as in teaching in a school that, I won't say the name of it, but I had encountered a lot of unethical situations, and it made me feel, I would go home a lot very sad about my students. I would feel bad about them. I wanted to do more. I was very limited. I didn't get help. And it was just so much on my heart that weighed really heavily on me. So I had to shift that. So I did go to school for child and adolescent development, though I did not pursue that career. I really do regret not going into entertainment, because in high school, I really wanted to be in drama, but I wasn't technically allowed. My family was supportive, but there were certain things I wasn't able to do, like after school, like activities. I had very strict parenting parents. I had very strict parents. Anyways, so I have that regret, but it was out of my control. So to have that regret anymore it's useless. But now I'm able to pursue it. I'm able to take on what I want to do because I'm an adult and I can do that. But what was the other question? I can trail off, by the way, very often. So sometimes you need to get me back on track.
I do that too. Oh, we have a lot in common. So the other one is, what were some of your favorite sports that you did?
Okay, so I love sports. I loved it and going to school, and I was really good at soccer and basketball. I really enjoyed it so much. I was never on a team because, again, extracurricular activities. But when after I had kids, actually, I got really into rock climbing with my husband. And that just became something that we do until now. We love rock climbing. We're very passionate about it. There's a rock climbing gym not too far from us, and we are climbers. And I let that monkey inside of me out regularly because, like I said, I have to be doing stuff all the time. So I'm like always climbing on things. And now I have an outlet the gym. And when I'm not in the gym, it's the park trees. What are you going to do? You'll often see me and my girls in a tree at the park. It's just what we do.
One of my favorite things, a lot of people make fun of me for it. Did you ever get the chance to do one of those human pyramids, or are you not a fan of that?
I have never done that, but you've given me a great idea. Now I have something to do.
I love that stuff. I'm a loser.
We'll try it out. I'll let you know how it goes. I'll stay on the bottom.
I'm a fan of that. You know, a lot of people think I'm weird, but yeah, everyone has their things.
We're all weird, okay? There's no non-weird. Everyone is weird. I don't know why people think that just certain people are weird. I mean, they're weird in our perspective of certain things, but everyone's weird in their own way.
That's true. Now, I'm going to ask you some hard-hitting questions. Social media. Can social media make you or break you with everything that you accomplish in your life? How has it defined your career? And do you think it can hurt your career?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've seen people win and lose on social media. It is it's something you have to find a balance in, for sure. I take a lot of breaks from Instagram. I've limited my social media to LinkedIn because it's where I get my clients. And when I am active on Instagram, I'm not that active. Like, I am very, very busy in what I do. And I'm a mother of 3, and I am pursuing this career, which I am so happy about, but I want to go far in voiceover. So those goals keep me very occupied. So when I find myself in a rabbit hole on social media, that's when I go, wait a second, I need to take a break. And I do. I give myself months at a time. Sometimes I take a month off. I'm on a month off right now. I'm gonna get back onto Instagram in February because I need that mental break. Instagram is just full of nonsense. I mean, there's so much wonderful, don't get me wrong, there's so many wonderful things about social media, the connections that you make. I have made incredible connections on social media, and the bonds that you continue to have, and the people that you get to watch grow and change and succeed, and people's new chapters in their lives develop. It's a beautiful connection and a beautiful way to connect to people. On another note, it could also be a way for you to lose yourself. And I've seen that happen to me, where I compare myself to other people, or I look at other people's progress, and I ask myself questions that I wouldn't if it wasn't in front of my face like that. And the one thing that I don't like about it the most is, like, I like having control of what I'm able to see and what I allow to affect me, because that's a thing that I notice myself being influenced by certain images and videos online that I don't have a control of whether I can see them or not. And with, certain social platforms, you don't know what you're going to come across and how it's going to make you feel. And I've been paying very close attention on how things affect me. And I know that, so I noticed for myself, social media doesn't always affect me in a positive way. So for that reason, I take a lot of breaks, and I use it only when I have nothing else to do, which is very rare. So my connections aren't the greatest on there because I'm not on there so much. I'm not that active. So that can also create problems too, because people are like, hey, I posted this and you didn't see it. And I'm just like, I'm sorry, And so it's the lack of responding, and then the time that you need to respond to everything. There's so much to it. And it really does take me away from my real life all the time. And that's why I take breaks. But it is a great way to collaborate. It is an amazing way to connect with new artists and new talent and new people. And I love that aspect of it so much. I have to definitely keep that balance, take breaks often, and decide when I need to focus on just me and my life, because you can really get lost looking at other people's lives and comparing yourself and wishing this were this way or that way, this is that way. And And you can get lost doing that. I'm very guilty of it. So because I know myself now, I know that I need a break as often as possible from social media. And that's why I've limited it to just LinkedIn, because it's been so incredible being able to collaborate with other artists in a professional setting without that feeling of and I still, we are human. We still compare ourselves. I have so many amazing, talented friends on LinkedIn that I am, first of all, excited about seeing their progress, excited about hearing what their new projects are all about. And there's amazing coaches on there that I get to learn from every single day. So it's an incredible platform in that way. But I still have to pause and ask myself, well, how am I allowing this to affect me? It's a weird world we live in.
I understand, and it depends on how you use it too.
Definitely.
But I do have a couple questions for you off the air. But wrapping up, how can our fans and listeners follow you on social media?
LinkedIn. LinkedIn's the best way. I mean, I am on Instagram, Iman.mode. When I am on Instagram, I am Iman.mode. And, I'm going to be activating that account once again in February. So that's just right around the corner.
Definitely. Make sure to follow me. I definitely will follow you. And also, I do have some great ideas for you off the air, but I want you to be brutally honest. When I first approached you to be a guest on my talk show, what made you say yes? How do you feel now? And what do you recommend to other people?
Well, every chance I get to meet new people and to have a really honest and open conversation, I say yes. I don't know how this is all going to turn out in the end, but of course I am enjoying this so much, and I appreciate you having an interest in what I do. It's a really nice feeling, and you're such a great guy, and I've seen your other episodes, and you're awesome, and I love that you're doing what you're doing, because there shouldn't be a single thing that keeps you from doing what you want. And this is a very powerful message that I want to share with other people as well. I absolutely commend you, and I think it would be great for other people to get on board and have these discussions with you. It's awesome.
No, absolutely. Now, with the last couple of minutes, 2 minutes, was there anything you wanted to plug real quick?
To what?
Oh, plug.
Plug?
I get to tell your fans about.
Oh, sorry. I don't do these interviews that often. So sure. So I'm working on a new app. It's been out there for a little while. It's called Whimsiful, and it is expanding into some really cool. It's expanding, and what we're doing is we're adding some really cool features to help kids gain confidence in different ways. So it's a really fun new app. It's out and available right now. It has very custom animated stories to it, where you get to input your child or your friend's child or whatever family member that you want to add to it. You create an avatar for them, and you give us their name, and then we incorporate them into a story, an animated story. And it's really so precious and so wonderful, and we're expanding it to be very positive for them to gain self-confidence, reduce anxiety, be more aware of their self, and be kind to themselves with affirmations and meditations. And that's going to be coming out soon, the new side to Whimsiful. So that's just something that I'm working on that I'm very proud of and very excited about. And to see it grow is it's awesome. It's like another baby of mine. It's very exciting.
Hey, if you're ever interested in cross-promoting, I'd definitely need to be down.
Oh, yeah. I mean, sure. I feel like this is kind of my way of promoting it, but that's not what this is all about. That's right. Just the plug, I guess. This is a very new, exciting thing I'm a part of, and I can't wait to share it with the world.
No, absolutely. If you ever want to promote it, I can definitely share it on my social media. If you ever want to collaborate, I have some great ideas how to be part of it. If you're interested, having me part of the application, but awesome. Just ideas, just throwing it out there. But wrapping up our talk show, for our viewers, if you're watching on YouTube, hit the notification icon, hit that bell icon to be notified of brand new interviews and episodes and content of the Keith Andrew Network will be up and available. It will be also shared on LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, all of social medias. So if you're watching on any, make sure hashtag KeithAndrewNetwork and join the fight. Wrapping up our talk show, it was a real honor and privilege having you as a guest. Not till we meet again. Catch you later. Thank you and have a good night.